Hi and welcome to my yoga class. My name is Martina and this is a full body stretch for you. So you're going to end this class feeling a little bit looser, a little bit more relaxed. But before we start, make sure you've got enough room to practice and that you have something to drink. Let's get started. So come to your mat and find your hands and knees position with hands directly, with your wrist directly underneath your shoulders, your knees directly underneath your hips. Take a moment to spread your fingers and take a deep breath in through the nose and a deep breath out through the mouth. Another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And next time you inhale, drop your belly down, the chest lift up, look forward. And next time you exhale, press your hands, press your feet, your shins into the mat and round through your spine. Come back to neutral. Keep your hips exactly where they are, so just above your knees, but walk both hands a giant step forward. So you might need to move a little bit back on your yoga mat and walk your hands forward. So as you're doing it, begin to release the chest, the forehead towards the ground, and draw your hips up and back. And release the stretch. Lie down on your belly. Bring your elbows directly under the shoulders. Spread your fingers. Press your hands down and lift the chest up. And so we're coming into Sphinx pose. Another breath in here. And exhale, release, and find your tabletop again. So we're going to repeat this sequence, so it's going to be our warm-up sequence today. So you're welcome to go as fast as you want or as slow as it feels appropriate for you today. So moving with the breath. Inhale, move the belly down, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale to neutral. Walk your hands forward, find your puppy pose. So draw the hips up and back. Release the stretch, lie down on the belly, elbows under shoulders, lift the chest, smile. Exhale, shift up and back into tabletop. Repeating the same sequence. Inhale, belly moves down. Exhale, let the head go down, tuck the chin to chest. Bring yourself into neutral, walk your hands a giant step forward. Draw your hips up and back, release the chest down. And glide on your belly. Bring your elbows under shoulders. Spread your fingers, press the hands down and lift the chest. Exhale, release into tabletop, and let's take last one like this. With the breath, belly moves down, chest up. Exhale, reverse, so tailbone curls down, head becomes very heavy. Find your neutral spine, walk your hands forward, release the chest towards the ground. And now find your Sphinx with elbows under shoulders. Spread those fingers, lift the chest. Another breath in here. And exhale, send your hips back. Find your child's pose. So you can take your knees as wide as the mat and find your extended child's pose here. Or maybe you bring your legs together. So whatever works better for your body. So walk your hands forward, release the forehead towards the ground. And take 3 deep breaths here, just breathing in and just breathing out. Now walk yourself up Take your knees back, walk your hands slightly forward, tuck your toes, and send your hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. So lift your hips up and begin to paddle through the legs. So it doesn't matter which leg, but bend one leg, straighten the other. And then swap sides. The head is heavy. Neck is relaxed. And you're just here enjoying the full body stretch. And now bring both legs into standstill in your down dog. And as you're doing it, can you send your hips even higher up towards the ceiling and even further back towards the back of your yoga mat? Another breath like this. And with the next breath in, find your plank. Shoulders underneath the wrist. Send your heels back. Engage your core, firm your thighs. And now shift the weight forward. And you can bend the knees, drop them first to the ground, or lower down in one line. So you choose. Once you're on the mat, bring your arms by your sides, inside of the feet together, lift up into locust. Lift the chest, lift the legs, keep looking down. Exhale, release the hands, release the legs. Bring your hands in line with the chest, roll the shoulders up and back, and find your Cobra Pose. So it might be just here that your ribs are still on the mat, you're not lifting too high, but can you lift your head, lift your chest? Exhale, release. Shift up and back, find your downward facing dog. One more breath in here. And find your plank again. Firm your thighs, send your heels back. And lower down, maybe this time in one line to the mat. Untuck your toes, reach your arms forward, lift your chest, lift your legs. So we're coming into locust, but keep looking down. So trust the video, trust yourself. You're doing great, just keep looking down. Another breath. Exhale, release. Hands in line with the chest. Draw the shoulders up and down. Find your cobra. So find that sense of broadening through the collarbones. Maybe you lift a little bit more this time. And exhale, shift up and back. Find your downward facing dog. Hips up. Take a breath in here. And inhale, find your plank again. Strong body. Engage your core. Shift your weight forward and slowly release to the ground. And now bring your hands by your sides, but keep your hands on the mat. Keep pressing them down, but the elbows are lifting up. And as you inhale now, lift the legs, lift the chest, lift your head off the mat, but keep your hands pressing down into your yoga mat. The back of the neck is long. Keep pressing those hands down. And as you exhale, release. Hands in line with the chest, spread your fingers and lift up. Find your cobra. Broaden through the collarbones. Press the top of the feet into your yoga mat. We're here for another breath. Exhale, shift up and back. Find your downward facing dog. So enjoy the full body stretch. The spine is long, the head is heavy. And now bend your knees, look in between the hands, and either step or jump to the top of the mat. So if you're newer to yoga, you might want to step. Otherwise, you can try hopping forward. So maybe you get there in one movement, or maybe you take a few movements to get there. Once you're there, bring your hands onto the shins, feet are hip-width apart, and lengthen through your spine. So if you were to draw a line from the crown of the head to the tailbone, it would be a straight line. Exhale, bend your knees, relax your belly, relax your head. Inhale, hands on the shins, pull the chest forward, straight line. So again here, if we were to draw the line from the crown of the head to the tailbone, it would be a straight line. Exhale, bend your knees, relax your head. Last one, press your hands into the shins, find the length through the spine. And exhale, refold. Reach your arms, lift your ribs. And exhale, bend your knees and fold all the way down. Lift halfway up, press your hands into the shins. Exhale, refold. Raise your arms. Firm your buttock right at the top of the pose. And exhale, fold all the way down, bend your knees. Lift halfway up. So now your fingertips are lightly touching below the knees. Press those fingertips down and pull the chest. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, refold. Raise your arms, lift your ribs and firm the buttock right at the top of the pose. Exhale, bend your knees, fold all the way down. Lift halfway up. Fingertips are lightly touching below the knees. And now exhale, bring your hands down. Step your right foot back. Step your left leg back, find your plank. Firm your thighs. And as you exhale, shift the weight forward and lower in one line to the ground. Arms by your sides, locust. Reach your arms forward, we're still in locust. Another breath. Exhale, release. Hands in line with the chest. Lift into Cobra, press the top of the feet into your mat. Stay with that, another breath. Exhale, shift up and back, find your downward facing dog, well done. So whenever you're feeling tired, whenever you need to rest, child's pose is always an option for you. So remember that this is your yoga practice, so you're in charge. You know your body best, and I'm just a guide. And then from your downward facing dog, lift your left leg up and back behind you. Press through both arms evenly. And next time you exhale, step that foot forward, in between the hands, turn and ground your back foot and find your warrior two pose. Flip your left hand, and as you exhale, reverse warrior. Reach that left arm up and over. Exhale, back to warrior two. Left forearm to the thigh. And now with your right fingertips, just begin to look at those fingertips and start to draw the circle with that right arm. So you reach your fingertips forward, up towards the back foot. And now let's do two more like this. Remember to breathe. And we're not sinking down with that left forearm. We're not sort of sinking onto the left side. Instead, we're pressing actively to lift up. And now, lift yourself all the way up. Find your warrior two. Very nice. And now swap sides. So Turn and ground your left foot, bend your right knee, and the toes of the right foot are now pointing to the back of your yoga mat. Bend your right knee in, reach your arms to the sides. Flip your right palm, exhale, find your reverse warrior. Enjoy the full body stretch. And inhale, find your warrior two again. Bring your right forearm to the thigh and begin to look at the fingertips of the left hand as you start to draw the circles with that left arm. So take it slowly, take it mindfully. Remember, we're not resting here. So you're actively pressing your right forearm into the right thigh to help you lift and turn the chest up and towards the ceiling. Last one here. And now come up into warrior two. Straighten the leg. Feet are parallel. And now change sides so you're pointing the toes of the left foot forward. Frame the left foot with your hands and step it back into plank. Firm your thighs, engage your core. And exhale, shift the weight forward and lower down all the way. Arms by your sides, find your locust. Inside of the feet together, keep looking down. Stay same position, but reach your arms forward. Keep breathing. Exhale, release the hands. Lift up, find your cobra. So press the top of the feet into your yoga mat. Stay with the breath. And exhale, release. And this time find your child's pose. So take your knees as wide as the mat. If you need to, grab a drink. And release all the way. Catch your breath. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if you're holding the breath or if you're tensing any part of the body. And let's take a deep inhale through the nose. And deep exhale through the mouth, release. Walk your hands towards the knees. Lift yourself up. And we're going to sit with the legs wide on the mat. So if you've got a block, yoga block, or a blanket, or a cushion, or a book, or anything like that, it might be quite nice just to sit on it. So we've got a little bit more length. And instead of starting in this position, you can find a little bit more space to fold. So your legs are wide, but remembering that this is in a competition, so only go as far as it works for your body. And once you're there, just bring your hands onto the thighs and roll the thighs out. So as you're doing it, we're creating a little bit more broadening through the lower back, through the sacrum. Press your heels into the mat, spread your toes, and once you're feeling that you're sitting upright, that the spine is long, reach your arms up, look up towards the ceiling, look up towards the sky. And with the next exhale, fold forward. So bring your hands down, and we're going to use a swaying movement here. So really doesn't matter how deep you can fold, just think of shifting the weight from the left to the right. So use that swaying movement to ease yourself into the pose. Remember to breathe. And at this time, it really doesn't matter if you're rounding through the spine or not. Just enjoy the swaying movement from side to side. And now settle into stillness. So feel free to let go of your head, round through your spine. And we're here for another breath. slowly start to lift yourself all the way up. And use your hands to bring the legs together. And now you're gonna have the legs together and we're gonna forward fold in the same way. So if you're sitting on something, keep it in the same place. And let's do the same action with the thighs. So you're using your hands to roll the thighs out. And now press your heels into the mat, spread your toes, and we're engaging the legs. So we're engaging the calves, engaging the quadriceps. And sit tall. Raise your arms up, look up. And as you exhale, fold forward. So your hands are gonna either walk at both sides of the legs, or maybe you bring them onto the shins, maybe onto the toes. But here, instead of straight away thinking, you know, I've got to catch my toes at all costs, see if you can actually work on lengthening through the spine as a matter of priority. So instead of folding all the way down to catch your toes, can you press your hands into the mat or into your legs and lengthen through your spine? Find a little bit more lift. And then maybe as you exhale, folding from the hip creases, come a little bit further down. So working with that. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Keep pressing your heels down. And exhale, folding from the hip creases. So in this way, it's definitely less satisfactory because you can't go quite as far as you'd like to, but the stretch is more effective and we actually come into it properly. So think of folding from the hip creases. So resist that urge just to catch the feet, route through the spine at all costs. Now last breath, and allow your spine just to be still. So you can fold now, feel free to round your spine, round your neck. And now if you want to, you can bring your hands onto the feet. And just stay here breathing. Really doesn't matter how deeply you can fold. It doesn't make you better or worse at yoga, although you might think it does. And with the next out breath, slowly walk yourself all the way up. And let's come to lying down on the back. And so before you get there, if you need to shake your legs, to just do anything that feels right. And you're going to keep your knees bent, but lie down on the back. Hug the right knee in towards the chest and place the right outer ankle on top of the left thigh. The right outer ankle on top of the left thigh. With your hands, place your hands on the back of the left thigh and lift the left knee in towards you. So you're welcome to clasp the hands on top of the left shin. And we're targeting here the right outer hip. So again here, instead of focusing on hugging the left knee as close as you can towards the chest, think of using your right forearm, your right elbow, to press the right thigh away from you. If you feel like you've lost a stretch and you can't actually feel it in the right place, bring the left foot down and just use your right hand to guide the right thigh away from you. And that's where you should feel the stretch. One more breath here. And exhale, bring the left foot down. Now cross your right leg on top of the left, so as if you were sitting on the chair. And move your hips a little bit to the right side of your yoga mat. And now take the knees, both knees towards the left side. If you've got enough space, You're welcome to extend your right arm out to the side, or maybe just bend your arm and bring the forearm above your head. You can turn your head towards the right side and enjoy a full body stretch. Close your eyes. Trust the video. And if the twist feels very intense with your legs crossed, you can always uncross the legs and bring your right knee on top of the left. One more breath here. And exhale, bring yourself back to center, unbind. Place your left outer ankle on top of your right thigh. And let's start with the left hand on the left thigh. Use that hand to gently guide the left thigh away from your chest. So you're moving that left thigh closer towards the top of your mat. If you've got that and you want to take it further, then hug the right knee in towards the chest, hands behind the thigh, or hands on top of the right shin. And instead of hugging the right knee as close as you can towards the chest, use your left forearm to gently guide the left thigh away from you. And stay here and breathe. So we're targeting the left outer hip. One more breath. And bring the right foot down, cross your left leg on top of the right, and bring both knees towards the right, head towards the left. And if this version of twist feels too intense on the back, feel free to uncross the legs. Begin to slow down the breath. And now next time you exhale, bring your legs back to center. Uncross. Make any final adjustments, or whenever you're ready, lie down and find your Shavasana. And just enjoy a couple of minutes of stillness, of relaxation after all the hard work you've done today. So let your body settle. Steady breath in. And a steady breath out. You can open your mouth. And just let go of any tensions that you're storing in the body. And if you've got exactly 30 minutes to practice today, we're coming to an end, so you might want to begin to move. Otherwise, stay here for a little bit longer. And hug one knee into the chest, roll to one side. And make your way up into a seated position. Sit tall. Roll your shoulders open. And join me in bringing the hands together in front of the chest. Bow your head forward. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give us a thumb up if you like this video, and make sure you subscribe to the Keep Essex Active channel and MZ Yoga channel to receive more free yoga. I hope to see you soon.